Everybody, welcome back to the final part, thank Christ, of the Lego Sonic the Hedgehog LP. And again,
Dimensions.
yes, TSSZ were finally correct about Sonic Dimensions being a thing. LOL, 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 LOL.
Where are the five other colored Sonics?
They're all dead.
Limited
Damn.
edition Walmart exclusives.
Don't give Sega. And again, why the fuck his health bar was not there? Why did I have to hit him again?
You were gonna say don't give Sega any ideas, but I would buy more Lego Sonic figures, even if they were just recolors.
I would buy more Lego Sonic figures if there was like an Eggman or a Tails or a Knuckles. I wouldn't buy green Sonic. Although I guess you could just so you can make
Yeah.
Scourge.
And say fuck you, Ken Penders.
Just make a
Oh.
jacket to put on him.
Would you buy a Bake the Cat a Lego?
No, because you have ruined that character for me, David. Thanks to you and your bullshit and the social media team spamming him at every possible turn, I now legit hate Big the fucking cat.
Oh, don't blame Aaron Weber for me.
And, you know, just like John St. John, I despise that character and hope he never returns.
Chaos is the most Lego movie like Lego character in this game because they're trying to like make the water look like the water's made of Legos and he isn't just water.
Well, I mean, like, again, I think as we said in part one, for the characters themselves, they try to make them look as Lego as possible. It's just everything else isn't. So, you know, I wonder because, you know, Lego Dimensions, it's a pretty, you know, for all of those memes that were like, you know, like Marvel, Infinity War is the most ambitious crossover of all time. This game kind of is a very ambitious crossover because there are so many franchises. You know, like franchises that nobody thought there'd be a Lego game version of, like the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
You know, it's like what the fuck? It's pretty incredible. It is a shame though. I understand why. It is a shame why the Marvel characters weren't in here, but I'm going to assume that either DC or Marvel have some kind of like our characters can't appear with the other characters in the same thing, which is kind of a
Well,
shame.
I think it's more so that it's that Lego is owned by Warner Brothers, and of course Disney isn't really going to want to cooperate with Warner Brothers unless absolutely necessary. So they're like, oh, we're not going to.
They did for Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
That was in the 80s back. That was a different time.
But that's what racists say, Stefan. Don't say that.
Do you think Roger Rabbit was racist?
It commented on racism.
Is that why the World War II movie never came out? Because you found out that Roger Rabbit was like a horrible racist, and so it was canceled.
No, I think, to be serious for a second there, that was cancelled because Spielberg had just done Schindler's List, and he was like, I can't in good conscience now make a movie where we spend 90 minutes making fun of Nazis after making Schindler's List. So that's why that Roger Rabbit prequel movie was...
Right, because maybe he just like Roger was like, "Oh man, I don't care about the Jews." And Spielberg's like, "No, we can't have this on the script." Who wrote
Roger
this?
Rabbit's anti-Semitic.
I would like to say, in the last episode, about Knuckles' racism. he saw a black character with a gun and took it away from him.
God damn.
Jesus Christ.
We go from Knuckles is probably racist to now Knuckles is actually racist.
Knuckles is 100% racist confirmed.
It's
Well, where do we go from there?
I think the OP is done now, so everyone please enjoy the remaining 20 minutes of commentary less footage.
It's just so weird watching Sonic run around so slow. It's just like it reminds me of the hub worlds of Sonic Boom.
Yes, yeah.
He's the fastest thing alive.
And he's still too fast for this game.
I have no idea why I jumped on that for. You can't do a fucking thing with a
Kamikaze
tornado.
plane!
Eggman, just let him destroy your Death Egg. I'm going home.
It's just, oh, you got hit.
Do you think Sonic will be back in Wreck-It Ralph 2?
Maybe maybe for
Oh,
1
tip
second.
over. There we go.
He's a
I think so
fool.
because Roger Craig Smith a while back actually tweeted he was at he was recording at Disney for a secret project, and a few people were like Wreck-It Ralph 2, and he like responded with like a winky face, and then said, "Please don't speak to me ever again, you
I
bastard."
think he also said after Ben Schwartz was announced to play Sonic in the movie, he was like, he's like, I'm in a movie, and that was all he said. So people are also thinking that he'll also.
Batman Ninja.
Oh man, what if so Roger Craig Smith was probably going to be in a more financially successful film as Sonic than the actual Sonic movie.
Well, I mean, he voiced him in Wreck-It Ralph 1, which
Right.
was a pretty, from what I remember, was.
Yeah, made lots of money.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure he was just paid scale for his one line of dialogue in that movie, but still.
More than Mike Pollock did for 0 lines of dialogue.
Put fucking Mike Pollock in Wreck-It Ralph 2, you bastards, please.
They might.
He wasn't in Wreck-It Ralph 1. He's not in the Sonic movie. Put him in fucking Wreck-It Ralph 2.
At least at least they're both in Academy Award nominated films.
What Academy Award nominated film is Mike Pollock in?
I Can't in Paris. I think it's a French animated movie.
Uh-huh.
I've seen it. It's pretty good.
It is.
Oh man, do you think there's going to be like a terrible cameo in the Sonic movie where Roger Craig Smith and Mike Pollock are standing like in the town square and they see Sonic run by and they both look at each other and sigh and
I wish.
Did you edit this music in?
No.
No, this is part of the fight.
Why is it so fucking loud? Reminds me of SA1.
It's sus.
he's on fire.
If the audience were wondering why I was laughing, it's because Steven sounded so sad when he said something about Wreck-It Ralph. He sounded
just
so sad.
Wreck-It Ralph 2 looks like the trailers. I am not interested in this movie at all. Trailers
it
look
looks
so
It
bad.
looks pretty bad.
But the Disney princesses are there.
I'm happy that they're there, but it looks like a bad movie.
The only part of that made me laugh for a second is when Cinderella smashes one of her shoes with a
Yes!
sieve. That is like that is a legit funny joke
It
in that
is.
trailer. I'll give it that. So this ends on a weird cliffhanger,
It
Oh,
does.
that's
which is I'm not sure if they were planning maybe more content or a Lego Sonic sequel, but it's odd way to end. Odd way to end this kind of
they just shot Amy. Where's
get fucked.
well. I wanted to say this during one of the cutscenes, but I guess are all the cutscenes over now?
Yep.
Oh damn! I wanted to say this during one of them that the screen direction and the pacing and the animation in these cutscenes are better than the ones in Forces, and I think that's really fucking sad.
It is.
They're better. They're better than most of the animations in most of the Sonic games.
Yeah, that's kind of upsetting.
it's because they have actual character.
You only got 43%.
In terms of animation, I think probably for me it's probably maybe only Unleashed and Colors have good
Yes.
like cutscene animations. I mean, I think something like SA2 has good like storyboarding for their cutscenes, but the animations are all terrible.
Well, it's all motion capture.
Oh god, so bad. Whoever thought the motion capture Sonic characters is a fucking idiot. But just while we go into the Sonic Worlds portion, I think in terms of Lego Dimensions, I think aside from Portal 2, I think Sonic is the only game character which in terms of licensing deals, I think a while back Sega did say they wanted to branch out a bit more. I think this is probably one of the more ambitious and one of the better licensing things Sega has done, which is based on the final product. It shows you how kind of bad the licensing for Sonic tends to be. If this is one of the bad things. But You know, it's again as Stefan said, it's not great, but you know, it's pretty charming for what it is. I'm kind of I don't regret this being made. You know, I had fun the first time playing it, but I would have liked to have maybe seen what this team could have done to take this concept in a much better way.
Yeah, like in this whole even though the controls kind of make it this really hard to play, I think the whole idea of this big Sonic world is excellent. Like I love that we actually have references to Sonic 3. Like you can go to Sandopolis, you can go to Carnival Night, you can go to Ice Cap, you can go to Lava Reef.
These are things I know.
You can go to Hidden Palace.
Hidden Palace, though?
There are things I know, but there are things that barely get mentioned. So it's like, oh, finally. I mean, like sadly they can't have the music because. Cough, Michael Jackson.
You can
cough.
go to Ice Cap Zone and do that snowboarding mission, and it plays the theme from SA1.
Be
Yeah.
groovy, be wild, be cool, do the.
Oh man, so is this like a little hub world area or something?
Yes, it is.
Or like what is
Yeah.
It
this?
is, but it's fucking the camera in this is so bad. These Lego games, they're all designed to be played from kind of a kind of 2D perspective, where like the camera is mostly
Yeah.
from the side. These games are not designed to play like a Sonic game.
Yeah.
So this camera, I think I showed up when I get to Green Hill. If you try and do a loop-de-loop,
It doesn't work.
your brain will fucking explode because it looks so bad.
This little playground though. This would be great with like SA1 or SA2 physics. though.
Exactly,
This looks-
yeah.
Yeah, this
Yep.
would have been perfect.
Yep. It's like this. I mean, to go back to what something Stefan said earlier. Even though we have had 3D games again, it would be nice to have something like this
Yeah,
in
this
a
looks
Sonic
fun.
game again. But again, with a kind of gameplay style and controls that are designed around this, rather than forcing this onto the kind of Lego game design.
Someone
which
mod
isn't the
in
best.
the Sonic Jam Sonic World Sonic into this, and it would be perfect.
That would work. That would actually work pretty well.
and I love the character interactions that are in here, like the little missions that you can do. Like you have Eggman, he's like, "Oh, I need some help because I'm trying to help the orphans." Yes, I gotta like save the orphanage.
Oh man,
then
I
you
love
go-
orphans.
And then you go to Knuckles, and he's like, "Oh, I lost the Master Emerald again. Can you help me fight these enemies to try and look for it?" And then he's like singing his raps.
You have Shadow with the flower mission.
Yeah, Shadow's Flower Mission's great.
Yeah, so I don't show off all of that just because the hub board is a bit too big. I just kind of run around a bit for.
Do you show off flying into the Death Egg and seeing what's inside of there?
No, because you know why? I had no idea you could do that because I have not spent enough time in this thing because it
Yeah,
controls
you can
like
actually
shit.
fly into the mouth of the Death Egg, and it takes you inside like a recreation of the Sonic 3 Death Egg.
What?
Oh god, I'm gonna be sick.
Whoops.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's
Oh
so
my
much attention to
God.
detail in this world. It's just you wish they controlled better.
Yeah, and the references in this, like I mentioned, when I saw Hidden Palace Zone for the first time from Sonic and Knuckles, I just gushed, to be quite honest with you, because like it looks exactly like how it did in Sonic and Knuckles, and
And you mentioned the Shadow mission. Like I think in his couple lines in this mission, I think that this is the best Kirk Thornton's ever been as Shadow.
He says, "Was Maria wanted him to be a flower arranger?"
No, he's like so I guess taking over, like, I guess destroying the world is not what Maria wanted. Maybe I should try something else. How about flowers?
she wanted flowers.
So it's come to this: a bouquet containing the ultimate banquet. I think that's what he says. A bouquet containing the ultimate arrangement.
That's a good reference, Traveler's Tales.
Dun 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 dun. dun
There's
dun,
the
dun.
snowboarding section. Do you show that off?
With that fake ice cap music.
Yeah, there's actually a jukebox in the beginning of like near Green Hill Zone as well.
Yeah, it's vaguely Ice Cap Zone because of the whole MJ thing, right?
Yeah.
Where's the snowboard?
They couldn't animate a snowboard.
Oh.
It's too hard.
They got Route 180 from SA2 playing?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the car
Which
driving
again,
level.
I'm like, what? Which again, I'm like, just have the whole game be licensed, Just if you can't use Ice Cap, just take another Ice theme music track from the game,
Wow.
from any game, and play it, because the original music is it's just fucking
Oh,
bad.
you're really bad at this.
Well, it's the control.
This is
Yeah,
really
dude.
hard. Do these stupid ring missions.
Dude, these can do like again, David. Most times in these LPs, I will fully admit when I'm bad at the game. These controls are terrible. Like this Sonic does
Ooh,
not
that was
work well in
close.
3D
Just need
at
to
all.
get better at going fast.
But not too fast, because that would be what, kids at home?
Not fun.
You haven't really played this game, have you?
No, again, I fucked around in this hub world the first time I played it for like an hour, but I was just like, this is not fun. Like, again, I went to every character and I spoke with every character. Like, again, as Stefan said, the references are great. Like, all of the lines are funny. Knuckles speaking his own raps are great, but the control of this is just, it's fucking terrible.
And then, like you mentioned earlier, Big's Big Fishing Adventure 4.
BBFA 4, the sequel to the game. It's right here, guys.
Does this game have that one Sonic song that goes do 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 do?
You killed Shadow again.
Wait a minute. Steven, I'm pretty sure that's a Kirby track.
Well, I knew it was Nintendo. It was either Sonic or Kirby.
It was Zelda.
They're both. Those are both Nintendo, right?
I think you have to pay money in order to get the Master Emerald back.
What? No, I thought the Master Emerald is in the Hidden Palace Zone. That's why it's not. On
Yeah,
the
that altar right there is for the mini kits that you collect.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The mini cons.
Right, yeah, and so the Master Emerald's hiding out in the.
And Knuckles doesn't know because he's an idiot.
Well, SA2 showed us that Knuckles just keeps it in his pocket now.
Just pulls out of his ass at will.
Yeah. And it also changes size at will.
just like my Master.
Ah, you
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, he's
Oh,
back.
Are you gonna go to Sandopolis? Oh, you did. Thank you.
Froggy! Oh.
Yeah, but in order to proceed in here, you need the original characters of the game.
Yeah. Which is, you know what? I have been in this room about 3 times, and, yeah. And I always forget that.
I've actually gotten stuck in here because of that.
Oh, the ghosts.
Oh man, you broke them out. Now they're gonna be. Oh, they stole Legos. What?
Oh no!
What?
So in a moment, I am going to show you the only other bit in this game, not the Sonic section, but the game as a whole, that references the Hedgehog, and it's because I get stuck in a moment because, again, as my man said, you can't proceed without another character. But I didn't know that, and I got bored, so I just exit the game in a minute, in a second.
Oh.
Those ghosts stole Legos, which like a real world equivalent. It would be like if some ghosts just stole some dirt.
Yeah. if you don't know to play as Batman here, you're stuck in this forever. There's no way out.
But I mean, but if you have the game, and why wouldn't you have?
Well,
Batman?
yeah, but this is a Sonic world. You think the obstacles would relate to Sonic?
It has a Batman symbol on it. Gara,
Yeah, what's the point?
did you nothing to do?
No, I didn't. I just thought, oh, Batman's been here. That's nice.
What?
Oh,
But you have Batman. He's right there on your desk.
You know why? I don't. You know, I'm actually looking. Did I lose my Batman?
How do you lose Batman?
My first time playing that, I've seen the Batman symbol, but I didn't know what to do until it showed the picture of Batman himself. It's like, oh, you actually need him for this part.
I've played Sonic 3 and Knuckles thousands of times. I ain't never fucking once had to change to be Batman playing that game. I shouldn't need him now.
Well, I mean,
You only got him through the secret level select code.
Sonic 3 and Batman.
Okay, Stefan, you're
Dude,
fine.
there's-
Is this what we do for the next 8 minutes, Gareth?
No, in
Okay.
a second, I will get bored and I will exit.
Okay, good.
is Omo Chow telling you to be Batman?
Sadly, no.
Have you tried being Batman?
Why'd you do that?
I love how you can destroy Omochao and he still like does what he pulls in like SA2.
Goodbye.
Who am I?
What am I?
So this place as we're about to go to now, it's kind of, I guess, it's kind of like a hub world to go to the individual worlds within Lego Dimensions. If you have the okay, so this is the main menu of the game itself, but the place we're about to go to, it's just where the shard is, where you can manually select shit, as I show you here, and then we go there, and then it takes you here. But what's annoying is it doesn't take you directly to the world.
You have
gotta
to actually physically go there.
do this.
Well, it's because it wants to tell you what other cool sets you can buy, like Portal 2 and Ninja Rargo.
The Portal 2 one is legitimate. The Portal 2 one is legitimately great.
It is. It really is.
The part where it's, in order to defeat GLaDOS, you have to summon HAL 9000.
Oh.
That's funny.
I just realized I've seen Aaron play this game, and I forgot the whole time.
Oh,
You forgot what?
Yeah, because Aaron used to love Legos, and then he's like, no, I don't like Legos anymore.
wait, Aaron said that?
I don't know. I just know he stopped buying Legos because they canceled Disney Infinity and Lego Dimensions. So now he's like,
Did he realize he's 25? Is that what happened?
Oh, wait. Look, I bought a Lego set the other day.
Fucking nerd.
did you buy the giant Death Star Lego?
No, I wish. No, I bought a Star Wars Last Jedi set because it was on clearance. And it was
All right, Mr. Plinkett, calm it down.
Well, because it's on clearance, yes, Legos are fucking expensive.
They are fucking expensive.
it's a little ship, and it was Finn and Rose and BB-8.
Yeah, it's shit, alright.
Hey, look! It's a little ship. They sit in there. It shoots stuff. You can shoot Legos at people. That's pretty cool, right?
I just realized they're actually Lego bricks. They're not called Legos. Excuse me.
Did someone at the Lego company legit say that to someone? Technically speaking, we refer to them as Lego bricks. They aren't sentient beings called Legos. Thank you very
Well,
much.
it's just like, excuse me, but the whole world calls them Legos, so maybe you should conform to that. Just saying.
Yeah. Everyone calls him Frankenstein. I don't give a shit if the creator was Frankenstein. Everyone calls the monster Frankenstein. So maybe you should change your book, Mary Shelley.
If you call them Legos, dislike this video.
Destroy the video.
Wait, I'm sorry. Well, I'm destroying the video.
If you are a man, dislike this video.
We're gonna get a lot of dislikes.
Oh, he gets a little life preserve.
because Sonic can't swim.
I think the first time they did that was in the first Olympic Games.
They
which is
did,
pretty
but
cute.
still.
It's pretty cute. Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. You know what? I have no idea how to get to Aquatic Ruin Zone, so I don't even try.
Aquatic Ruins, like you went to Aquatic Ruin earlier.
You cannot get through, to Aquatic Ruin with Sonic. You have to use a different Lego character for that.
It's the fucking Sonic Lego. See, this is why this set is bullshit. I should not have to use another character to get to a fucking
You'd be
Sonic level.
surprised that how many like little mini missions or what's not in this hub world requires other Lego sets.
That's stupid. You already bought this one.
Well, because you got to buy all the others.
It's like Pokemon, but
You got to
more
collect
annoying.
them all.
It's like each of the character is a different type of character. Like one of them's like an engineer, one of them is like a fighter, and it's like
Oh god, it's Sonic Heroes all over again.
Gotta buy 'em, gotta buy 'em.
Chipo, come
The
on!
only other thing you can do, and this only applies to some of the missions, is that you can hire helpers for like 50,000 bolts, but you only get them for like maybe like 90 seconds at most. So if you don't get what you need to get done in that time frame, you just wasted all those bolts.
Sounds like my sex life.
it's microtransactions.
Essentially.
It sounds like my sex life.
Yeah, right.
Heyo.
You have to pay to play.
More pay than play.
Is there a Garfield Lego?
No.
I want
That would be cool.
Sonic and
I
Garfield.
want some more lasagna.
Suck.
Is that Cake Boss Lego?
Hey, boss.
You can't arrest me. I'm the cake boss.
So is
Gee, my cake died.
the cake boss like? Is he the boss of all cakes or just specific cakes?
Yes, David, yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Oh my god!
No.
no! Whoa!
The sass in your voice there, Mila, was beautiful. Yes, David.
did you
Yes, we've been over this
Run
before.
along
I
the
just
wall.
can't. Well, yeah.
This game is glitchy as fuck, boys. Yes.
I just wondered because, like, if you were the boss of all cakes, how did you reach that position? Because being a boss, it's not an elected position. You have to be hired into it.
Unless you're the president of a company, then you are.
Right, but he's not the cake president. He's the cake boss.
Presidents are bosses.
Okay.
David,
Yeah.
shut up. Cake Boss.
Miwa, who do you fear more? Cake Boss or Boss Baby?
I don't fear Cake Boss.
Oh, so you fear Boss Baby?
Cake Boss made a toilet cake
Oh.
because and it flushed too.
What the fuck? I just remember there's one episode of Cake Boss where I guess one of his employees was driving and got into a car accident, but the whole thing was clearly staged because for some reason there was a camera crew like filmed the crash. I'm like, why would the camera crew be with him for no good reason unless they were going to film him crashing?
No, it wasn't staged because Cake Boss doesn't drive.
Gareth, Cake Boss is a documentary.
I think if I remember it in a second, I get bored of playing this game / using this fucking car, and I end the game.
And you just turn on Sonic 3 and start playing that.
The documentary is hosted by David Attenborough.
Welcome to Cake Boss. See, I can't get on this thing because
That
that thing's
fucking
blocking me, so I fucking-
Life's too short.
Dead.
Oh, that's the end of it.
So that's the end of Lego Sonic. Thank you for joining us. Why don't we quickly go through? First, let's let Miwa finish your thought on Cake Boss. Miwa, please continue.
If America still had a monarchy, he would be the cake king.
So Miwa, what are your thoughts on Lego?
I thought that many
Did you die?
I thought
Miwa, does Lego Sonic Dimensions make you rethink wanting to be a lesbian?
I don't want to be a lesbian. It's not a choice.
Lego Sonic Dimensions cured you. Praise be to
Cake Boss killed me.
Did Cake Boss make a cake in the shape of a dick, and you're like, you know what? That's for me now.
He made a cake in the shape of a dick, and he popped out of it at my wedding.
Did it have the flush like the toilet cake?
It was a mix of every cake.
So, Miwa, out of 1,000, what would you rate Lego Sonic?
69.
Steven, having to watch it one more time and seeing a bit of the open world section, has your opinion changed on this thing at all?
I enjoy what it is. I would say not having to play it is probably the best experience because you get to see everything and hear everything, but you don't have to deal with the awful controls. So I didn't answer your question, but it looks okay.
Isn't that true of most Sonic games though? Just watching it is better than playing it.
Sure. I'm gonna say yes because that means everybody should watch our LPs here on FTCR.
Hey, David, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, aside from getting super excited about a certain reference, I mean, I think it's cute. I think it is fun. Like, it is just, oh, this is
You're cute.
it's just an expansion pack, to the main game, and I've never finished the main game, but Lego games are fun. The Sonic one, I like the detail, I like the references, but I think I'm pretty much echoing everyone where you can tell that this game wasn't built for Sonic. It would have been neat to get a second one. I feel like it would have happened if Lego Dimensions wasn't canceled, but yeah, I like it, and I guess it replaces Generations in the canon, right? Since it's the story you wanted.
Yeah, sure.
Is Lego Dimensions cancelled because Lego Sonic hit a kid with his car?
Yes, that is the official reason why Lego. And now Lego Sonic is in prison for the rest of his life. Stefan, what do you think of Lego Sonic?
It's fun.
No one cares. Asian, what do you think?
Asian?
I
heard Asian too.
I could change the Asian real quick if you want me to. But Sonic Lego Dimensions, I mean, a couple of things does hinder it. The controls mainly, and the original music does suck really terribly. But it is, for me, especially in the hub world, I can find myself just like, it's mindless fun. I can just play it and just run around and, just do stuff in the hub world. And I can just easily see myself losing maybe 30 minutes to an hour just getting my mind into it. So it is good for what it is. I do love the references. It did make me feel like a kid again the first time I played it, just seeing all of that and discovering all of the different references there is. And to me, it's not necessarily a good game in and of itself, but it's not necessarily bad in any way or shape or form. Like I said, minus those two things.
You guys are a little too harsh on this game. Someone spent a whole 3 minutes making this game, alright?
And 1 minute was for a piss break.
Oh. No, it was in 20-second increments.
Stefan, I apologize for my previous ruse. What do you think of the game?
It's just like I said earlier in the LP. It's very, 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 very flawed, but I still had fun with it, and I appreciate that Traveler's Tales put the effort into making this a full-fledged, basically like a full-fledged game, essentially. Like, they could have just put Sonic in the game and you just play as Sonic, but they actually made a little campaign with actual really funny humor and in-jokes, so which shows that even if it's not perfect and has a lot of problems with the controls, I'd be fine with I want the Traveler's Tales to make another full Sonic game, because this is the first that they've done since R and 3D Blast in 1996. So 7, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird to go off something that Stefan said, because there are different packs in Lego Dimensions, and not all of them do get a story mode. Some of them, like say Gremlins, you get like a kind of hub world and like a area to play in, but there's no story. They could have easily just made Green Hill, or like the hub world, and not made an actual story. So I do appreciate them doing that. I'm not sure if in terms of sales, how well the Sonic pack did in relation to other packs. Just if there's any other fans like me, and I'm sure, because as we all know how kind of diehard Sonic fans can be, I'm sure there are a few people who bought Lego Dimensions just for the Sonic pack, which is a decision that made my wife almost leave me.
I'll be honest. So when I saw the Legos Sonic pack, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get Sonic Lego Dimensions.
Yeah, I did that too.
I mean, I did wait until Black Friday to buy it. I didn't buy it full price because then my wife certainly would have left me. But at this point, I'm just repeating what everyone else has said. It's isn't the worst thing ever made. It was obviously made with love and respect for the franchise. It's just a shame that the gameplay and the control was severely lacking. But thank you everyone for joining us on this LP, and special thanks to Adrian, or Asian as I guess I've now named him, for joining us. If you too would like to join us for a LP like this, please just go to patreon.com/FTCR and give us a lot of money, and then we'll let you waste 2 hours of your life joining a bunch of idiots to talk over crappy games.
Damn right.
Adrian, again, buddy, is there anything you would like, because you're here and you gave us money, anything you'd like to plug, like your own YouTube channel or social media, what have you?
My YouTube channel, Adrian the Awesome One. You can find me on there. My Twitter handle, DAT1, and then MI capital for Michigan Gamer. That was like one of my original names beforehand. I couldn't change it, but yeah, you can find me. Yeah, I know it's stupid, I know, but you can find me there, and that's pretty much all I have.
Wait, where in Michigan?
Detroit, Michigan.
Ah!
what the fuck's wrong with
What the-
Detroit?
I live in Royal Oak, sir.
What? No way!
Watch out!
We could have recorded
Guys,
this together.
guys,
Oh, you should probably cut that out. No, who cares?
Guys, this LP just brought two lovers together. I'm
Aw.
so
We
proud.
could have been on either side of the microphone, staring at each other. Wait,
What?
maybe not.
Well, hold on a second there. We still haven't worked that out yet.
Right.
David,
Yeah.
David, do you live at David's house?
Oh.
Holy shit, I live at David's house.
Oh my god!
Fuck.
Meanwhile, I looked out the window. She's like, "Oh fuck, I'm in Michigan too. God damn it."
So we should end this LP. Miwa, say something funny.
Everyone comment that, something like, what the fuck happens in the end? So everyone watches the whole video. also,
Oh, I love you, Miwa. Okay, good night,
Also-
everybody.
also, can I plug my YouTube
Oh,
channel?
of course.
youtube.com/find the computer.
That's good shit. Okay, see you later, everyone.